I'm Claudine Wong, joining you from KTVU in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm joined by Jennifer Cho, who's concert master for the California Symphony. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, good to see you again.
Oh, it's great to see you. We have talked before about the beautiful music that you guys do at the California Symphony, and you specifically. How are you doing? I should first ask. How are you doing at home? And you guys have been away from the stage and the performing venue for a while now.
Yep. It's been a few months now, and we're all trying our best to adjust, like everyone is. We have a first grader at home. Well, he'll be finishing fifth grade, so that's definitely been a learning curve.
It is always a challenge, yes. This online learning and distance learning for parents, I think it's been a whole new world, and especially for the little ones, right?
Yes, definitely. Makes you really appreciate the teachers and all the amazing things they do that you kind of don't think about until
Yes,
they're gone.
absolutely. Yeah, I think we all look at our teachers with a newfound appreciation. We loved them before, and now we realize how much we love them and need them.
Yeah, absolutely.
let's let's talk about Mozart for Medics. Before we play the video, tell me what this was about and what this collaboration was aiming to do.
So we wanted to do something to show our appreciation for all of the healthcare workers that, despite what's going on and all of this, all the situation now, they still are going to work and they're helping everybody to the best of their ability. And just, I think, showing how much that means to all of us was important. And so when this opportunity came up to partner with them and just have this opportunity to show something, it was
You
really
guys jumped at it,
wonderful.
I'm sure. It was, I imagine no one said, I don't want in. I imagine it was probably easy to find
Absolutely.
some support
Uh,
for it.
there,
Uh,
yes.
let me just play a moment or two for people so they can see what this looked like, and then we'll talk about it. One second, let's see if I can pull it up for folks. And here we So it's great to listen to and see everyone stopping. What was that like to be out there? And you guys were just at the entrance to John Muir, so people could just come in and listen. What was the experience like?
It was very surreal. First of all, it was about 6:30 in the morning,
Oh,
and so
wow.
it was early. And of course, then it's a little cold and everything, and the people were lining up so that they can get their temperature checked and all of that before entering for their shift. There was a shift change, so we wanted it set up in a way so that we are not in the way. Kind of, we don't want to be in any way like a barrier to anything that they have to do that people could just totally ignore and go on to do what they need to. But if they wanted to enjoy that, they could just take a minute and listen.
And what was the kind of reaction that you got just from people who were stopping by and coming in and starting the shift? We have seen a lot of different ways that people have thanked our healthcare workers and our frontline workers, whether it's just by cheering and sirens or whether, it's a nightly thing. This was a little bit different, but how did you see people kind of, you know, just just settle into it?
It was interesting because I think they heard the music, and especially something like Mozart, which has such an uplifting spirit to it. It kind of changes your mood. It kind of gives this different vibe to your surroundings. And so I kind of felt like people kind of perked up a little bit, and really it was nice to see them stop and listen. And many people took videos to share with other people, and just to see kind of the smile without the face.
I know.
The smile with the mask. It seemed like they were smiling with their eyes, and stopping to listen. And that was really wonderful to see.
I mean, you've performed in a lot of different venues and with a lot of different sizes of audiences and a lot of different, situations. How does this compare to other performances?
It is absolutely unique. Nothing else like it. It, but at the same time, once we started playing, it was with our wonderful principal violist Marcel, who was, we decided we wanted to do these Mozart violin viola duets, and so the two of us, was just playing off of each other, and in a way, even though the situation was so unique, once the music started, I think we kind of started feeling, in our comfort zone, because this is what we know. And for us, it was also really meaningful because we haven't played with another person live in months.
And that's what I was thinking for you guys as musicians. How much of a kind of a healing moment was it for you as well to be able to share? I mean, that's what you do as musicians. You share that music. It's such a big part of a musician's identity.
Absolutely. And I think that feeling that I got from that is it's kind of like having a big meal, for a snake or something. Like it's gonna keep me going for a while, just having that feeling of collaborating and connecting with another musician and being able to share that, is something that, I still think about now, and it helps me get through and look forward to doing more.
Yeah. Did it have to be Mozart? I mean, what about Mozart that you said this is the music that fits this moment and this is what we need to play?
I think it's just for me, when I listen to Mozart, it's uplifting. It's bright, it's happy, it's hopeful. I think in the past I have tended towards, maybe having a more like, dramatic music or something really heavy and intense, but these days that's not what I'm looking for. Um, and this just seemed right for the situation.
Yeah, we need something something that lifts us up. There's enough to bring us down, I think. I'm like, we need the other side of that for sure. In terms of what this has done, for the California Symphony, obviously, you guys are in a holding pattern. What did this cost in terms of an amount of performances and what you'd normally be doing at this stage of the game?
We've had to, of course, cancel several performances, and there's a lot of question in the air. There are things that, galas and concerts and planning that happen that, have a big question mark over them,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's hard to know, exactly what to expect, and so you have many different contingency plans, and things have to be flexible. So it's a difficult time. Absolutely, there's no doubt about that. Luckily, we have really an amazing team over at California Symphony, and not only dedicated and committed, but they're really nimble in the way that they're able to react to situations, and I'm really grateful for that and everything they're doing.
So music is always so personal, and I have, because we've talked before, I have these pictures that I just love. I love childhood pictures. It's always been a part. So any excuse I have to pull them up, I am going to pull them up, because it is just a part of kind of who you are and its expression of yourself. How do you think this time and has changed you as a musician in terms of, you talked about needing that happier music, and it's kind of changed what you need and what you want to play, at least in this moment. Do you think it has changed you a lot in other ways?
It has because music, of course, it's always been about sharing and connecting with the audience, but so much of what we do, what we kind of worry about as musicians is, what we spend hours doing is working on the technique and, trying to get things to sound right and not mess up and not make mistakes. And I think this kind of caused us to all take a bit of a zoom out moment. Okay, how much does all of that matter, when you can't play for people anymore? Does it matter that, you can play everything perfectly, and when you come back to be able to share it again, is that what you want, to play something perfectly without any mistakes? Or rather, what is it that you have to say now?
Right. And I imagine it's also that first performance thinking ahead into the future when it comes again and people can sit down and listen. I imagine for everyone, both the listeners and the performers, it'll be fairly emotional.
Absolutely. We talk about it a lot, musicians, and I think we're all completely expecting to completely be sobbing on stage as we're playing that first concert back, because there's just so much emotion, and we all realize really how much we need it.
Yeah, and I think we all need music to get us through. Even those of us who are not musically inclined, we like to listen to it as well. Let's talk about, because you and I have said we've talked before, and people are like, "What have you talked before?" Well, we've talked about before about the music, but also about your home, because you have a food forest at your home. How has it been sheltering in place, and have you played a lot? I have a video that Symphony has shared with us, and so we can look at that a little bit. How has that been at home? I mean, your home is amazing. It looks like everything's blooming.
The food forest has played a huge role in our day-to-day life here, sheltering in place. First of all, it's just given us, a little bit of feeling of control, which we're all kind of grasping at these days. Just knowing that there are a few things we know how to do and a few things that we can rely on ourselves for.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, it's been something really good that we've been able to kind of work into daily routine with our family.
Well, and it
So
feels better to be outside and doing
oh
something
my
that
God,
actually has a
yes, and
cause and effect. And you've
we're
got your
so
chickens.
grateful. We have our chickens. We got some more. We got a few. We got some more chicks. And yeah, like you said, just that ability to go outside, especially with a young child, is everything.
I know you're grateful that you have the space, because I know a lot of people, I talk to people who are in small apartments or different situations and who don't have the space. And so the music is healing, as well as just being out in nature and being out in the sun and feeling like you can wander around that place and enjoy those little moments.
Absolutely.
So what's next for the California Symphony then, as we wait? I mean, obviously in a holding pattern in large respect, because we can't do anything until we're told it is obviously safe to do that. And your venue is also a different spot, because you're trying to get people back in,
Yeah.
which that's complicated as well. So are you planning more, you know, Mozart for Medics events? Are you planning more virtual events? I mean, are you still getting to play as much as you want to at home? I'm sure your neighbors, they're lucky to have you as a neighbor. My goodness.
There's a lot of things in the works. We just had our wonderful soloist who was supposed to play a concert in May that got canceled, of course. And Alexi Kenny, he just did a virtual event for California Symphony donors. And so we have more things like that planned, virtual things. And it's really exciting. We've become the first professional orchestra in the world to be on Patreon.
Oh,
And so we are now on Patreon. And so there's a couple different ways you can subscribe at the $5 level, $20, or $100 a month to support the California Symphony. And in return, there are different kind of events and musical offerings that will be given.
which that's great, because I think people are trying to find a way to support the things. You know, the one things I hear people talk about is when we return to some semblance of what was normal, we don't want to lose the things that have meant so much to us in the old normal when we get to the normal. And it's hard to people to figure out how, besides logging in or logging on, I should say, and watching your virtual performances, how to let you guys know, look, you have our support now and in the future.
Absolutely. And so this is a, really user-friendly, easy way that people can do that. Just find California Symphony on Patreon, and it's really easy. And already we've gotten quite a few people signing up, and we so appreciate it. It means everything to us to know that we have the support of our community.
That's awesome. Well, Jennifer, it is always great to talk to you. As a concertmaster for the California Symphony, you were saying you've always had to be creative. You are being more creative than ever, and I am sure the healthcare workers at John Muir certainly appreciated that. You know, I saw that people were commenting that wasn't even their day to work, and they came in anyway.
Uh,
just to be a part of it. So thank you for all you do. Please stay safe and well and healthy with your family and your symphony family as well.
Thank you so much.
And for more interviews, you can, of course, go to coronavirusnow.com. Thanks so much for watching.